everyone, thanks for tuning in for Wow Me Wednesday. As you can see, I have a lovely guest with me in person. This is Yesi Moreno, and she is the owner of Flower Baby Designs. But not only that, she's also a social media influencer. Man, this girl is good at Instagram. She has so many followers, thousands of followers.
Thank you.
And your reels are super creative, and she's also helped give me advice on my own reels too. And what really makes her stand out, I think, and gets her so much interaction with her followers is her authenticity. You keep it real.
I keep it real.
That's why I wanted to bring her on to share with you some of her approaches to social media and what works with her and her audience to see if it'll spark some ideas for you. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Sharing your insight. So Yesi, tell us about how you come across authentic. Like, what is your mindset that you can get on camera to and be real?
Just be yourself.
Yeah, I come off professional on camera, as you guys know, and I'm sharing tidbits of my personality too here and there. So I'm learning.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah,
I'm seeing that.
So how do we share more of our authentic selves while still coming across professional?
Yeah. You know, I wasn't always this way. It took a lot of practice, and I honestly feel like, Jess, that life experiences and actually going through certain life experiences and taking everything in instead of trying to sweep things under the rug and trying to be perfect all of the time, because I've tried that and it did not work for me. To be honest, I can think back when I would do those videos, and it's kind of cringeworthy thinking about when I was like trying to be so proper all of the time, because that's what you see out there a lot. And one thing I love the most about social media these days, especially with the reels, is that people are finding fun ways to be creative and also show their personalities through acting certain things out. I find a lot of joy in that too, because we can also share messages a lot easier that way for people who kind of have a hard time expressing in words a little bit about what they have to offer. So they're like, you know what? I can show it in my personality.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Reels can be hard for a lot of people. I know I've dabbled in it, and it's fun, but it doesn't come very natural to me. Yesi does a lot of reels. So whatever camp you fall in, that's a really good point. Reels allows you to not have to express in your own words, but you can show your personality and through the graphics what you want to convey to your audience. For me, I'm more of the, let me give you my tips, my knowledge, my expertise straight up. Let me just talk to you. So either way can work.
And there's a lot of value in that too. And I know that we were kind of talking about, some of us, we're not the type of person, and not all of us are, that we want to jump in front of the camera and be like, yeah, this is like trendy song. But as long as there was value in your message, I think that's great. And you show that with your messages and your Wow Me Wednesdays. But again, I wasn't always this open and outgoing. It took a lot of inner work. I have to say that's really important. And I'm going to get a little deep, because inner work is so important, because if you're not doing good in here, it's going to show. And I speak from experience, because there have been times when in life I was going through certain things, and then I was trying to be a certain way, but people can feel the energy, and people can read you.
Yeah,
people
like
can read
have
you.
a facade.
Yes. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be in person. It can be on camera. Energy is real. So, do your best to navigate through life in any type of situation, but just never lose track of who you are and what message you want to put out there. Even if you get a little bit emotional sometimes, it's okay. I get emotional a lot. She knows. But, that's very relatable, is you're showing emotions, you have feelings, and you are human. And, all of your viewers are humans, so maybe some are aliens, I don't know. But
no, not here.
But it's very, very important to dig deep inside and do the inner work, because it really does show. And I feel like doing that inner work is so important to have successful, not only business relationships, but personal relationships. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
What do you feel like resonates most with your audience on social media when you're sharing some vulnerability and being real?
When a lot of the times when I talk about mental health, or maybe when I write a poem, I like to write a lot in poems, and rhyming is a way that I express myself. So I've noticed that when I've done those things, people relate, and they've shared it a lot because it's relatable. You're talking about your feelings, you're talking about your emotions. Again, people have a hard time expressing those things. So when you're able to share your words, people find it very encouraging, and they feel it the most. Yeah, when you can make someone feel something inside, it could be a friend, it can be a business relationship, you've already won them over. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's very important.
Right. Because in the end, as business owners, as many of you are business leaders, we want to build the connection and build the trust with our viewers, our followers on camera in the end. So by showing and revealing a little piece of our insights through stories, experiences we've gone through, some tough times, I think it reveals that, hey, we are all human. You're going through a tough time too. You can also, get out of this, or we can kind of like empathize together.
Absolutely.
For me, when I share, I worry about if I share about oh, I'm having doubts as a business owner myself about imposter syndrome. Oh, there's this coach and that coach, and they're doing the same thing, and there's not enough, and that scarcity mindset. And I reveal this, I think of it, is it a weakness? But I also find that, you know what? It's a way of relating. It's a way of showing okay, I'm realizing all the business women I'm interacting with, they feel the same way.
Yes.
Or they have at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
So we all can relate.
Yeah, and I remember you sharing that, and I'm happy that you did, because during that moment, I was going through it, but I wasn't talking about it.
Oh, when I shared that story?
Yeah, I think you may have had COVID. You were sick.
Or there was that time too, yeah.
You were recovering, and I remember watching her story, and it wasn't something that I was talking about publicly. I love to share a lot of things, but some things I do keep to myself, and there are moments when I do feel insecure, and I felt like there were other florists out there that were better than me, but in reality, there's nobody out there like you. And there's nobody out there like you that can do what you do, or there's nobody out there like Jessica or myself or you even that can make people feel what you do. And it's important that you remember that, because that is your strength. And I know that you felt weak when you were, sharing about imposter syndrome, but that's actually a strength. Vulnerability is a strength, and I've learned that in the past 2 years. And I'm happy that I did, because it's connected me with so many other people, and people like you.
I think that's such a great way to shift our mindset. Vulnerability is a strength.
It really is.
When we share that tidbit, that moment of doubt, or so-called weakness, it also shows that, hey, I can work with this person because I get them, and because they are relatable, and because I like them.
Yes.
If they're too perfect, then you might not be that likable.
I can't relate with you if you're always like this. I'm a robot, No, it's not going to work out. So, and I bet you when you did share that feeling of imposter syndrome, I bet you more people reached out to you in your DMs, and said that they could relate. That's normally what happens, when you share stories like that. So yeah,
that's true. It is very true. Yeah. Thank you so much for your wisdom and your insight, Yesi. If my viewers want to follow you and see your awesome work, whether in social media, marketing, or flowers, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at a few pages. So my Flower Baby Designs, it's at Flower Baby Designs. That's my Flower Baby page. If you're a small business and you'd love to be a part of pop-ups in the community, or just get involved with your community a little bit more, I have Valley Pop-Up. And then I have Yesi.com. It's more of who I am. You'll get to know me a little bit more on there. But yeah, those are just a few ways that you can find me.
This girl is a mover and a shaker, obviously. And you'll see some of that, more of that sass.
Seriously,
on
you
her
will.
Instagram.
You will.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jess. I love you.
And thank you guys so much for watching
Well Me Wednesday.
Yay!